You ever have that feeling like you're a mob boss trying to collect money? Yeah, me too. I hate it when I go out and in the construction equipment rental business, in the equipment industry, oftentimes a lot of the rental companies have the sales reps having to go out and do collections. Now, as a sales rep, I don't know, it just doesn't feel right. It's like my job is to go out and hunt and make a sale, not go out and collect the money. But you're actually wrong. It's part of the process. It's one thing if you have to just go out and quote, be a red hot chili pepper and give it away now, but you need to make sure that you have people paying the money. Like they say, you got to go out and you got to pay for what you get. So I get asked a lot by sales reps and sales managers and even some people in the credit department, how do you get customers to effectively pay? And it's a difficult question because everybody has their own unique situations. Some people legitimately are in a bind and they can't pay. Some people have a tendency to abuse the equipment guys because, well, you can't not pay your laborers, but you can delay paying your rental guy or your equipment guy. And what are they going to do? Come pick the equipment up? And it happens, but they know how to stretch the deals. And I sit back and I say, how do you become better at collecting money? And at my prior company, for the volume I did, I was the number one sales rep in the company for accounts receivable, which means nobody owed me money. I knew how to collect it. And the biggest thing is, number one, and this is what the business we're in, communicate. Communicate. You need to reach out to your customers. You need to tell your customers, hey, I want to follow up. I noticed that you wrapped up this job. We've sent you an invoice. Can you think of any reason why that wouldn't be able to get paid in the next 14 to 30 days? And by asking the customer that, you start the process of them thinking about getting you paid. Number two is you need to make sure that it is something you actively do. I see a ton of sales rep out there and they have an aging report that's aging. And what I mean by that is they're not even looking at it. It's getting old. You need to look at your aging report a minimum of once a week to see who's paying, who's not, and how you can stay on top of it. I always say you got to have a great relationship. I did a video, you can find it on my YouTube channel, that was called 5 Deep. And 5 Deep basically talks about that you have to know more than just the one person you know in the company. I strongly recommend you build relationships, build rapport with the accountant. That way, if there's an invoice that's not getting paid, rather than go to the guy in the field and the guy in the field says he'll talk to the superintendent and the superintendent says he'll talk to the owner and the owner says, I think I approve that, we got to call all of that slows the process down. You can walk right into the office and walk over to the accountant and tell him or her, hey, I'm Elliot. I'm with XYZ Rental Company. I realize that we had a couple of invoices that haven't got paid. What can I do as a sales rep to make sure that these get paid and are dealt with efficiently? And you'd be amazed how many times it was your fault. You forgot a PO. You didn't call the PO in. The order went in. The customer said they'd get you a PO later and you didn't follow up. You put the wrong address. You missed by 1 digit, so it didn't match her numbers. You sat there and you put in stuff that didn't make sense to the order. Or guess what? You put on the wrong rates. If the rates or the sales price wasn't right, or I've even had ones where the taxes weren't right, sometimes it delays the payment process. You need to go in and build a rapport with the accounting person so that they know you genuinely care. So 3 things I would recommend: over communicate, build better communication lines with the person in their credit department. And number 3, you need to be actively engaged. You need to look at your aging. Don't just let it get old. Okay. Secret number 4, I know I'm going on, but I want to give you all the information I can. Number 4 is I see people where they go out and you can leverage your own company to quote, lean a job. I've had customers where they said, I will pay you when you pay us. And I say, okay, well, it doesn't work that way, but thanks for playing. And they say, well, I can't pay you because the general contractor is not paying me. And I always say, well, I have lien rights. Would you like me to contact the general contractor and threaten a lien to see if I can get them to cut a check? And sometimes that will make what looks like a bad situation into a great situation, because I don't have a problem with paying bad guy to get the money to help my customer that's not getting paid by a general contractor. All of these are unique situations. Number one, make sure you communicate with your customer and help them help you. But if you don't like talking about money, neither does your customer. Have an amazing day. Thank you for watching. I appreciate you all, and I appreciate your support tremendously. Have an amazing day.